mean, it does look weird, but it's not bad.
Hey loves.
Hey, what's up? What's going on?
Hey, so welcome back to the channel. Of course, I'm Tenaj.
And I'm Tino.
And today we're in New Orleans, and I know a lot of you guys are trying to get your summer plans together. Well, if you're planning on taking a road trip to New Orleans and you're in your RV or your camper van, we have found 5 of the safest places for you to park overnight.
And 2 of them include a bayou and a lake that just has the most beautiful views of the city.
Yeah, so stick around. But before we do that, we're going to take you with us to a Pride Festival because it is June and we are in New Orleans.
And that's one of the festivals that happens in June.
Yeah, so let's see what's going on. Deuces. Okay, so as we were walking down here, we saw that the parade was setting up. I want to say it hasn't started yet, so we're going to try and see if we can catch it at the beginning and kind of walk our way to the back. Always something going on in the city. Like, we had no clue that this parade was going on. I thought we were going to come to oh, this truck is super loud. So I thought we were going to come to the park to see something else, another performance, but we lucked up on this. Today, we're diving into the heart of Pride Month here in New Orleans. This city is not only famous for the culture, the food, and the music, but during June, it becomes a beacon of love, diversity, and acceptance. So our Pride events here usually include parades, parties, community gatherings. It's a time when the entire community comes together to honor and celebrate the LGBTQ community. Pride Month, like every other month here in New Orleans, is definitely something to witness. Okay, so before we exhaust ourselves, that's pretty fun, but before we exhaust ourselves, we are going to head over to the lake and show you guys what we promised to show you, the places that you can park, safe places that you can park here in New Orleans.
All right, guys, welcome to Lakeshore Drive. Now, Lakeshore Drive sits on the edge of Pontchartrain Lake, and that's our lake down here in New Orleans. Now, we don't have the bluest water. It's kind of green and brown. That's because that's just how it is down here. So everything on the lake is basically anywhere. You can park anywhere overnight on this whole Lakeshore Drive. It's a good spot. It's there's restaurants over here to my right. There's stores nearby. This is a real good spot. I would definitely recommend camping over here overnight if needed to. There's always security. One thing I would not recommend is coming on a Sunday because it's going to be crowded as the... Yeah, it's going to be heavily crowded, so that's it.
So the lake is a real popular place for locals, but a lot of tourists don't come this far into the city. Oh my gosh, I should have put on my glasses, my shades, but I didn't. So, like Tino was saying, there's multiple restaurants here. So if you guys want to get you something to eat before you decide to call it a night, you definitely have options here on the lake. There's also 2 grocery stores that are not too far from here, so you can stop and get some groceries if you are cooking in your van or your camper or whatnot. But if you just want to come here and you want to relax before a sunset, New Orleans has some amazing sunsets, especially from here. Okay, so our third spot is City Park, and it's sort of an urban oasis.
Yeah, it's a bit secluded at night and definitely busy during the day, but At night, you can definitely drive around and find a good parking spot. We've often even drove down here and seen other camper vans out here parked, and I think this area we're at is the best spot.
It's super quiet.
There's nothing but shade. There's enough green space to let your dog run around. I mean, anywhere in City Park is good, but I would definitely try to stay where we are. And I think we're near the, I'll put it up on the map. There's like, I'll pin drop it right now.
Yeah.
This right here is the best spot. You'll see like you could park on one side of the road and there's like a little lagoon or a little bayou, but it's pretty cool. This is the best spot in the City Park.
Yeah, and I don't think anyone is gonna come back here and mess with you. There's no parking signs like in most places where you are not able to park. There's signs that say no camping overnight, but here there is it doesn't seem to be a problem. And like Faustino said, we've driven down this way multiple times and we've seen camper vans. I think the key is not to stay too long, because maybe if you overstay your welcome, then it becomes a problem. But I don't know, it seems pretty cool. There's actually a van out here now. I'm itching. Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna play with Gypsy for a little while, and then we are gonna take you guys to our pit spot.
Okay.
Because it catches her soul.
She knows it's being filmed.
Come here, baby.
Okay.
Come here, Pat. Come get a snack.
Come on.
Come give me a kiss. Come give me a kiss, Faustino.
Okay, give me a kiss.
Come get down and give me a kiss. The baby.
Come on, get the ball then.
So I feel like one of the best things about parking out here in City Park is that if you are here with your fur baby, like we would be here with Gypsy, if you're here with your dog, then there is so much green space. Like when I see a lot of videos about New Orleans, it's always Bourbon Street or Frenchman or something like that, like party, party, party. But we do have places like this that do exist, and they're beautiful. So this is City Park, and here there's like a dog park, there's a museum, there is a walking trail, there is a track stadium, there's a practice track and a stadium as well. What else do they have here? There's a farm. Child, the list goes on and on. So if you're in New Orleans, you don't have to stay around the Bourbon Street area. Like, you can venture off into the city, because regardless of what you've heard, we do have a pretty cool city. Jip loves it out here. That's one of the reasons that we like to come out here, is because she gets to run around and play. We did have a membership to the dog park, but because we was gone so long, like in Mexico, we was in Tulum for, what was it, 3 months? We kind of let our membership go. But depending on how long we're going to be in New Orleans, we may get another membership to the dog park, because although there's a lot of places that you can, although there's a lot of places that she can run around here in the park, it's always better at the dog park because there's other dogs that she can play with. Here she's just following us. Go down there. It's gators. Wait, Gyp, don't go down there. Gypsy! No, ma'am. No, come on, let's go. Girl, she can't drink that water. No, Okay, so while I have you, I'm not gonna hold you too long, but what I wanted to ask you is how many of you have been to New Orleans? But not only been to New Orleans, but how many have you been to New Orleans during the summertime where the humidity is high? Well, that's where we are right now. And that's what we're feeling. It's like 94 degrees here, but it feels like it's about 100 because of the humidity. So it's so hot that I think that what we're gonna do is we are gonna capture a little drone footage maybe. And we're gonna head, before we head to our next spot, we're gonna get us a snowball. Have you ever had a snowball? If so, what's your favorite flavor? Are you ready? There you go, baby. She ready to go? Are you ready? Okay, let's go.
All right, guys. Another good spot to park at is at Bayou St. John. Now, Bayou St. John is actually across from City Park. So this is Bayou St. John behind me. I got these massive houses, and on the other side is City Park. That's the other spot you can park at. And basically, you can just pull up to the side of the road, and there's a nice shoulder. You'll see some cars already parked on the side. It's basically where everyone parks at. And this spot is usually used for running. You can see there's nobody running right now, but typically in the mornings or afternoons, people run and jog this little path. You are allowed to fish here. We have done it, and pups and dogs are allowed to run around. It's a cool little spot. At night, even though there's a main road right there, you'll be parked basically kind of like where we're parked. That's where you can park your van. At night, this is really dark, and there's really no traffic on that road right now. Well, I guess later on tonight there is traffic. As you can tell, it's very light, but at night all this is dark, and this is once again is another good spot to come and spend the night in your camper van or your car. So that's Bayou St. John, and it's on the other side of City Park. All right, then let's go off to the next one.
So before we jump into the places that we feel are safe places that you can stay, just know that there are RV parks here in New Orleans. There's one, I think, downtown by Canal Street, and then there's two, I know for sure, on Chef. You can plug up there and you can get water there. We would not recommend going to Chef. Let me just say that again. We do not suggest you stop and get water on Chef or hook up your RVs or your campers on Chef, because Chef is definitely not a safe space. We as New Orleanians don't stop on Chef. So yes, there are some RV parks, but if you are coming here in New Orleans is one of the places that you're stopping, or you just want to visit the city, we have some places that you can stay that are safe, and they don't include some of the things that you would see on Chef Mentor. Let's just say that.
Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. If you made it this far, make sure you leave NOLA in the comments down below, because we're still trying to get our van back. And as of today, we have no update. We have no call from Mexico or our attorney. Today we covered where to park in New Orleans and where not to park. Then we also took you to a little Pride Festival, which we had to make this video exciting, right? Because who just wants to talk about parking and where not to park? So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. I guess that's it, So I get tongue twisted a lot, so I'm just gonna end it right here. See y'all next week.
Deuces!
Tenaj says deuces, so I'll do it for her too.